All right, welcome. San Diego Comic-Con was a bit of a wet blanket this year. It has been for a while, actually. But part of what they did do, 20th Century Fox or Disney, 20th Century Studios, no longer 20th Century Fox, is it? They held some panels for Alien Earth and Predator Badlands, and on the Predator Badlands, they showed the first 15 minutes of the movie. And these are the first reactions from that. So, take from that what you will. It's all very, very positive. And it also breaks it down and explains what the first 15 minutes of the movie is. So, there are some spoilers here. So, if you don't want any spoilers, just click off. Okay, because there are spoilers here. Alright. Complete spoiler warning. But I'm quite keen on this, so hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn the bell notifications on. And let's check it out. So we've got a footage description from comicbook.com. And it it featured unfinished special effects and a temporary score. But the predators that we see in the trailer are Deck's father and brother. Okay, so those two are fighting. So it's interesting. So that sort of like Viking-looking predator thing. Yeah, that's Deck's father, I think. So it says this anyway. There's a desolate desert planet in the distance. This is the footage description. A predator drives a hover ship, like the cycles seen in Killer of Killers. It's revealed that Deck, the lead predator character, is piloting it. He uses an energy grappling hook to get up to a cave where it becomes clear what he's looking for. His brother, Quay, I think. It's Kwei. If that was Japanese, it'd be Quay. They have a prolonged sword fight, jumping around on the pieces of the cave and having an extended discussion about honor. Quay gets the upper hand on Deck and seemingly sends him falling to his doom. However, Deck catches himself and climbs back up, where it's revealed that his brother has a clear fondness for him that he can't always show. The pair leaves the cave and goes to Quay's ship. They have a bonding moment over something from their childhood. Deck used a toy to save Quay and broke his tusk in the process, but Quay kept the toy to remember. Actually sounds quite nice, to be honest. It's kind of what you want. You want that sort of... Well, you just want a bit of their culture, right? I quite like that. Quay tells his brother it's time for him to take his vow. Pick his prey, hunt them, and return. Deck decides on a planet with a beast that even their father fears. As they're planning Deck's journey, another cycle approaches, carrying their dad, the chieftain of their clan. Their father chastises Quay for not killing his brother, noting that Deck is the runt of the clan and can only bring them honour in death. Quay says he deserves the chance to hunt, but their father forces restraints on Deck and tells Quay to kill him. Rather than swing his sword at his brother, though, Quay swings it down and frees him, activating the grappling hook and sending his brother back onto the ship. Well, we've seen a bit of this in the trailer. This sounds mental. It sounds really good. Quay begins to activate the ship using his wrist computer, but his father takes action due to his betrayal. Quay and the chieftain have a sword fight of their own, while Deck watches helplessly inside the ship. Their father gets the upper hand and slices off Quay's arm, kicking him to the ground. Quay has a choice, go for his own sword to defend himself or grab his severed arm. And as his father lifts his head to strike the killing blow, I assume that means hand, Quay holds his arm in his other hand and activates the ship. Inside, Deck flies back as the launch sequence is initiated, sending him off to the planet to face the beast and earn his place in the clan. And presumably his brother's then dead. I like that as an opening. And that's Deck's father. That's a good opening. I like that. I think that sounds good. It gives the emotional weight. So no, during the panel, Trachtenberg explained his idea for including references to the Alien franchise was due to his decision to make a Predator film without humans. He then thought he could use, a robot instead, and then obviously he knew that Weyland-Yutani made them. Deck carrying Thea on his back was inspired by Star Wars, with Chewbacca carrying C-3PO. Having a companion was also inspired by the video game Prince of Persia, Half-Life 2, Uncharted, and God of War. Kevin Smith said that Trachtenberg was already the Predator guy and said he could be the Alien versus Predator guy. Trachtenberg remarked, "Wouldn't it be cool?" and smiled. So here's some other reports of the footage. Denner Geek said the footage we saw of Predator Badlands is intentionally overwrought, earnest, and honestly quite badass. If the rest of the movie can live up to this prologue, we might all be getting a trophy come November. Ryan Hancock says, we just got to see the first 15 minutes of Predator Badlands, raw footage. The practical effects are amazing. It's a really emotional story. They have me cheering and feeling for the Predator. Dan Trachtenberg, I will follow you anywhere. This rocked. Holy shit, Predator Badlands. The first 15 minutes might not only be some of the best Predator footage I've ever seen from this franchise, but truly the most emotional scene yet for the entire franchise. It looks like Dan is making the best Predator film yet. Like, wow. The Predator Badlands footage looked amazing. The film provides more depth and insight into the Yautja culture and species than ever before. Young Deck is considered a weakling and runt of his clan by his father and chief. First 15 minutes of Predator Badlands, it was intense. The movie is going to be big. It was wild seeing predators speaking to each other in conversation, and their character expressions remind me of films like Planet of the Apes and Avatar. I mean, it all sounds very positive then, to be honest. I mean, this intro here sounds great. Yeah. I do think that does actually sound pretty great. We learned little bits of Predator culture, Yautja clan culture and things like that. But few and far between. And like I said, San Diego Comic-Con this year was a bit weak. It was a bit impotent, a bit flaccid. This is kind of the best stuff we've got, really. So, there you go. Not much else really to say. If I can find anything else to cover based on all of this, I will bring it to you tomorrow. Hit subscribe if you're new. Leave your thoughts down below. Bye-bye now.